Hello and welcome to Square Pegs Round World Author Talk. And today I'm really excited because I'm interviewing an author who has written 2 books currently, and her name is Madeline Eyer. Now, Madeline Eyer has a business called Consciously Raw, and she's an author, integrative nutrition health coach, certified holistic health coach, certified raw food coach, and lover of natural remedies. Works with health-conscious individuals who are motivated to feel better, have more energy, and connect more deeply with their spirit. She brings awareness to the role nutrition plays in achieving higher states of consciousness, and in the process, her clients find that their energy, vitality, and zest for life are restored. In addition to the practical aspects of teaching the skills required to incorporate more raw and living food into the diet, Madeline assists her clients in creating a healthy relationship with food and a more joy-filled life. And as you can see from all of her training, she is very qualified to do this. So Madeline, tell us a little about yourself, your journey to becoming a vegan, and your raw lifestyle.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a joy and an honor to be here. My journey started, I think at the beginning was years ago in childhood, where I had eczema so bad on my hands, and my parents took me from doctor to doctor to doctor, and none of them ever asked, what are you feeding this child? Instead, they gave me various forms of cortisone cream and black salve imported from Austria. They would take the tongue depressors and just slather me with that stuff, wrap my hands up, and nothing ever resolved. It just seemed to continue the problem. But what that taught me over the course of that whole experience was to constantly question what I was being told, what the doctors, those quote in authority, were suggesting. And, it just planted the seeds for me to think outside of the box, which has been such a huge gift in my life. So fast forward, the eczema, ebbed and flowed. And finally, when I was in my mid to late 20s, I met a chiropractor. I was living on the East Coast at the time. That's where I'm from. And met a chiropractor who said, I'm going to teach you how to eat, and basically gave me the short list. And it was really an elimination diet, although he didn't say that. But I was so limited, the list was very succinct, what I could have. And the other thing that happened to me as a result was I got sick. And what I wish he had told me is that I would be detoxing. And, I could have a healing reaction.
Yeah. Yes.
And so, I make it a point to let people know now that it could happen, the body's going to throw off toxins. Anyhow, as things progressed and I got to see and feel and notice how different foods felt in my body, that was a huge eye-opener for me. And to watch the eczema completely clear up once, in my case, dairy was eliminated, was huge. There's also emotional aspects. Stress will contribute to that as well. It's usually not ever just one thing. But for me, dairy products was huge. So that it continued on, and I went off dairy and changed my diet in different ways. I wasn't raw at that time, but fast forward even decades later, I'm 61 now, so in my mid-50s or so, I just felt this exhaustion that no matter what I did, it just wouldn't lift. Felt like my adrenals were completely fried. And the doctors, they wanted to give me different hormone replacement therapy and all of that stuff that has side effects and not really my way. So it turns out that I just prayed for an answer. It's like, just show me what I need to do. And I was introduced to a raw food restaurant and ate this food, and I could just feel in my body what that did, how alive it was, how it nourished my cells, how it made me feel. And I was like, yeah, this is a big piece of what I need to be doing. And as I brought more and more of that food into my body, into my life, I could just feel it like waking up those cells, because your raw food is naturally detoxifying. And if
go ahead, I'm sorry.
okay, and if you know about when the body is unwell, there are often two major components to that: deficiency and toxicity. So what does raw food do? You bring all this natural, health-giving, life-giving food into the body, and that's what the cells get nourished with. So toxins automatically just eliminate themselves on their own, and then your cells get nourished. And so the body just knows what to do with it. It recognizes it as food and as nourishment, and it's just awesome.
You're the second person that I have spoken with, well, actually third, who it was in their mid-50s. And first of all, I have to make a side note, you do not look like you're 61. You look incredible.
Thank you.
Raw
food.
That's the new beauty treatment. And that have said the same thing. Once they, in their middle 50s, they gave up dairy and started eating healthier and eating more raw, that a lot of the symptoms like that would come along with what you would need hormones for, menopause and such, all of those went away, and they had no problems at all. It was incredible.
Yeah, people don't realize the role that nutrition plays in their health and in their life. And boy, once you eliminate things and then just start adding them back, it's so obvious how you feel when you eat them. Could be just like a little tickle you'll get in your ear. And it even could be something that's considered healthy, but it might not be right for you, or it might not be right for you in that moment. If you've ever had blood work done, they'll look at it like, I was reacting to almonds. That's a very healthy thing, but I have been eating a lot of almonds. You rotate the diet. You don't eat all the same things all the time.
I remember when I had my blood work and my children's blood work done, that's what our naturopath said. He said, these are sensitivities, but he said a lot of times it's because that you're eating a lot of those and you need to vary your diet more.
That's exactly right. And now with the genetically modified food, which is a whole nother tangent, but I'll just touch on it briefly. What those, you want to call them foods, those organisms are designed to do are to withstand large amounts of pesticides. Some of them are designed to produce their own pesticides. So when they get in your gut, they basically poke holes in your gut. So large pieces of food go undigested and they enter your bloodstream. And of course you're going to react to those foods when you eat them again.
So that's leaky gut then. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, yes. It's a big contributor to leaky gut, correct.
Wow. So tell us, why did you start your business Consciously Raw?
Well, raw food was just such a healing thing for me personally, that I thought everybody has to eat. And if I could teach people how the food they're eating can either support their health or have the adverse effect on their health, that would go a long way to helping them to feel better. And when you feel better, you just have more zest for life. You're more engaged in life. And how many people do you know? I mean, we all do. They're getting diagnosed with cancer or some other disease, or they just don't have any energy, or, everywhere you look. And for me, if you bring the nutrition into your body, that's going to support it. How can you argue with that? How can you go wrong with that?
Yeah. Well, we're all looking for a quick fix. We don't want to give up old habits. And, for me, what I've been seeing with a lot of my clients and friends, it's the skin issues, like you had eczema, psoriasis. And the first thing I talk to them about is dairy. and other foods, and they don't want to give them up. They just want a quick salve or a quick cure. And I think it's hard to change, but I think we're running fast towards the reality that we don't have a choice. We're going to have to change the way we eat if we want to live and live a healthy life.
I think that's true. It's rare, actually, for people to be willing to make the changes that they need, although I'm starting to see more people come around. But I mean, in my own life, my family members back east, they think I'm nuts, a lot of them. You know, they love their Italian food and, you know, their pizza and their gluten and their dairy, and then they're all sick. They're all on medication and getting surgeries. And, you know, my ex-husband, same way. He ended up with heart disease and diabetes, and, you know, it's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, it is. So, well, you've written 2 books, and we have pictures of them here. And the first one is Essential Green Smoothies. And so tell us a little bit about this book first and why you wrote it. And also I wanted to mention in both of these books, you use essential oils. So tell us a little about the green smoothie book and about using essential oils in your green smoothies.
Well, Essential Green Smoothies was an idea that I had back in 2011. And I had been just going crazy with my blender, my high-speed blender, making these drinks. And my husband and I were loving them. And I would experiment all the time and make different ones. And he goes, "These are so good. You need to be writing these down." Yeah, that's a good idea. I will, because I'm the kind of person where it's intuitive. I'm just throwing things in the blender. It's like, yeah, you know.
That's funny because I'm the opposite. If I do that, if I just throw things in, it's not good. So I need recipes. So I'm glad you did this book.
I got my husband to thank for that. So it was just in keeping track and writing down, you know, what I was using. And then the idea of using essential oils, just, they're so flavorful and they're so, you know, energetically what they bring, especially when they're good quality, that I just thought, yeah, this will be a nice addition. And it's something different. Not everybody is using essential oils in their recipes.
Right.
They weren't back then. It's become more common, I think. But yeah, you know, especially certain times of year, like the citrus ones, you know, they're easier to get at sometimes than other times. And, you know, I like to use good quality produce. And gosh, have you seen the price of lemons lately?
Yes.
$49 for a lemon.
Yes.
It's a good time to be using my lemon essential oil.
That's right. Have you ever made, like I love to make hummus and I use real lemons in that. Have you ever made hummus with a lemon essential oil?
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And it's comparable in taste?
Yeah, you just, you know, less is more. You know how powerful they are.
Right.
How strong they can be. And cardamom is another favorite of mine. I like to make nut milks. Brazil nut milk is, that's my new fave. You know, or almond milk. And really just, you know, in the blender full of almond milk or nut milk or hazelnut or, you know, any of the ones that I have on hand, Brazil nut, 1 or 2 drops is all you need. And it just takes it to a whole nother level. So good.
Wow, I need to try that. Good. So tell us about your second book that has just come out, Essential Sauces, Dips, and Dressings.
Well, you know, so many of the sauces and dips and dressings that you find at the store have high fructose corn syrup, which is corn, which is genetically modified, for the most part, unless it says organic. But even if it is organic, you know, corn has a very high glycemic index. It'll spike your blood sugar in your body. Not so good for you. And I'm more about using whole food. You know, the body recognizes that and can process it and really well. So I just thought, well, you know, I'm whipping up all these little dressings and sauces. Let's make a book out of that too and share that with people. Kind of, you know, redo some of the classic recipes that you see
Right. they buy the packages for it, just add milk or just add water. Yeah. Well, I was doing some research, and this is the review or the description on Amazon on this book, which I thought was really well written. Optimal health is a journey, and essential sauces, dips, and dressings will motivate and inspire you wherever you are along the path to wellness. If you're looking for tasty ways to spruce up your meals using truly natural, whole food ingredients, then this book is perfect for you. Essential Sauces, Dips, and Dressings is both a collection of 50 delicious vegan, gluten-free, and predominantly raw recipes, and a visually tantalizing feast for your eyes. This book will inspire you to break out of your culinary doldrums and discover new flavor combinations, as well as new twists on old favorites. Each page is whimsically illustrated, inspired by folklore about the recipe. And this fascinated me. When I first got this book from you, and I was sitting in the family room reading, honestly, I was not reading the recipes. I was just absorbing the illustrations. They are incredible. And it wasn't until I read that I realized, here's one for peach ketchup, that the illustrations tell a story as well. So why don't you tell us about peach ketchup?
Well, in terms of the recipe, it's my spin on ketchup without all the sugary stuff in there that's not going to agree with your body. And then in terms of the illustration, my illustrator, Royce Richardson, is amazingly talented.
Mm-hmm.
And, where I come from, normally nutrition is the piece that I like to focus on. But with the oils, we're kind of limited in what we can share about their health benefits. And so we just decided to take the book in a different direction and make it whimsical and fun and include folklore about an ingredient that was found within the recipe. And so that's how that came to be. And, Royce is amazing at bringing that to life. We had so much fun creating this and, coming up with the names. I mean, peach ketchup isn't the most exciting name, but some of the other names are a little more clever.
Well, here's one, pomegranate citrus dressing. And this looks wonderful. And the picture of the bride here too. I mean, the illustrations, he's incredible. He really is.
Yeah, he is. And part of creating the book this way too, making it beautiful, was so that people would use it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I have recipe books up the wazoo.
Yeah.
And they're sitting on the shelf.
Yeah. They're not working.
I'm barely using them. But if we can make it beautiful and make it tell a story, or like vignettes, because each recipe, there's just a little vignette really about an ingredient in that recipe, then people will be more inclined to engage with it.
Yes.
And so, so that's what that's about. And, pomegranates, they are so health giving. They support healthy blood pressure and heart health, and they support memory. There's a whole list, and they're a natural aphrodisiac too, I might add.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Now, I love pomegranates. What I don't love, maybe you have a trick, is peeling them and getting the seeds out. It is so much work. Do you have a trick for that?
Yeah, you cut it in half, and then you put it in, you put that half of pomegranate in a tub of cold water, like a pot or a bowl of cold water, and you just shake them out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I usually sit there and dig and dig and dig. I think I have to try that. So they come right out if you just soak them in the cold water.
Yeah, well, you scoop them out that way, but they come out much more easily that way.
Okay. Sounds great.
And you can buy them all, already scooped out.
I do at Trader Joe's, but it's harder if I can buy a pomegranate that I know is organic, like from PCC or something. It's harder when they're already seeded. A lot of times they're not labeled if they're organic or not.
You don't know. At least they're not genetically modifying those yet.
Yes.
That I know of.
Okay, well, tell us about where can we buy these books?
Well, I'm very excited. Well, the books are on Amazon, and they're also newly available at Oil Life, which is very exciting for us to have them pick up these books. And Aroma Tools. Actually, Aroma Tools has had the smoothie book since it came out, but they just picked up the new book, the Sauces, Dips, and Dressings book. So we're excited to support them. And then they're also available at different health food stores throughout. There's a place in California called the Whole Wheatery, and 21 Acres here in Woodinville sells them, and some chiropractors' offices. So yeah, they're readily available. And of course, they're on my website as well, consciouslyraw.com.
Well, talk to us about your business, Consciously Raw, and what kind of programs, I know you have the books, but what kind of programs do you offer?
Well, I'm a health coach, by trade, but that's sort of a delivery system. There's a whole lot more that goes on behind the scenes there. And it's really just working individually with clients to wherever they are, wherever they are in their life, whatever it is they want to accomplish. I don't have an agenda. I come in open to be of service. That's my gift. And I have the ability to make connections that will support their next steps, within the realms of what they're willing to do and what they want to accomplish. So that's one way to connect with me. I also offer a strategy session, a 15-minute free strategy session. If anyone wanted to make an appointment, we can talk about what it is they want to accomplish and see if we're a fit. And they could do that by reaching me on my website or Madeline at consciouslyraw.com. Could shoot me an email.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. I am really excited about the book. I have not gotten past the pictures yet. I picked out 2 recipes finally to try. But, it is a big distraction because they're so beautiful, the pictures. So I'm excited to try them and see if my family likes them. I'm not even going to tell them. I'm just going to serve it to them and see what they have to say. Thank you so much, Madeline, for joining us. And for those of you who would like to learn more about essential oils and how to use essential oils safely and effectively, I have a membership site, squarepegsroundworld.com, where you can have access to webinars, ebooks, videos, and podcasts, handouts on essential oils, on when to use them and how to use them. I also have an online community that goes along with it where we share what we're doing with essential oils and how we're using them. So if you're interested in that, it's a brand neutral educational membership site, so it does not matter where you get your oils. You can learn from me. I'm a Bachelor trained aromatherapist. As I said before, there's tons of content and I'm adding more weekly. The first 50 people to join will be the founding members, and that's at $9.97 a month for life. And I already have quite a few members, so if that's something you're interested in, you might want to jump on that. After that, it goes up to $19.97 a month. So how do you join? Well, just head on over to squarepegsroundworld.com and click the members tab to join. Now, there's also a free 2-week membership. If you want to try it out for 2 weeks, head on over there, try it out for 2 weeks, and that way you could see if it's something you're interested in. So thank you for joining us. And again, thank you, Madeline, for sharing with us. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much.